The holographic projection flickered in the UN Assembly Hall, casting blue light across terrified world leaders. The 12-foot alien figure towered before them, its crystalline body refracting light like broken glass. Ambassador Zekthara's voice sounded like grinding stone. "Humans of Earth, your species has been evaluated. You are primitive, chaotic, dangerous." Secretary General Santos stepped forward, trembling. "We pose no threat." "Silence." The alien pulsed angry red. "Your world has resources we require. 72 rotations to surrender peacefully, or we take it by force. This is mercy, not negotiation." The projection vanished. Admiral Chen Wei stood slowly in the back, his weathered face showing cold calculation. "Madam Secretary General, it's time to activate Project Ragnarok." Chaos erupted. Project Ragnarok was humanity's most classified program, a theoretical defense most thought was worthless. But Chen knew better. Hidden in the asteroid belt, they'd been building humanity's first true warship for 3 years. Dr. Sarah Kim stood beside him. "Sir, the Devastator is only 78% complete, weapons untested, no crew simulations." "Doctor," Chen interrupted, "in 72 hours, we'll either have a working Stardestroyer, or we'll all be dead." The asteroid belt facility buzzed with desperate activity. The UES Devastator hung like a sleeping giant, 2 kilometers of angular human engineering that looked nothing like elegant alien ships. Captain Morrison watched engineers swarm over his vessel. At 35, he was Earth's youngest captain, chosen for unconventional thinking. "She's beautiful," Dr. Kim said, joining him. Morrison snorted. "She looks like a flying nightmare. The hegemony builds elegant curves. We build something that wants to kill everything." "Exactly the point," Kim smiled grimly. "They expect primitive, so we give them primitive. But primitive doesn't mean stupid." She displayed the ship's systems. "Hegemony uses energy weapons and particle shields. Clean, predictable. We use kinetic weapons and ablative armor. They've fought energy wars for millennia, but when did anyone last fire a shell at a starship?" Morrison studied the railgun schematics. The Hellbore, a spinal-mounted cannon running the ship's length, was their primary weapon. "Simple physics," Kim continued. "Their shields deflect energy. But tungsten moving at 30% light speed? That's matter. Matter doesn't care about shields." Alarms blared. Morrison's communicator crackled. "Captain, to bridge immediately. Multiple contacts incoming." They ran toward the ship as construction crews evacuated. Lieutenant Roberts met them at the airlock. "Hegemony scout fleet, 12 ships inbound. They're not waiting." "Emergency launch," Morrison ordered grimly. "Earth's first Stardestroyer is about to earn her name." The Devastator's bridge was harsh white lights and angular displays, brutal human engineering. Morrison settled into the command chair as engines roared. 12 hegemony vessels, standard formation, reported Lieutenant Park. Command Ship Center, escorts protecting. The alien captain appeared on screen, a massive insect with compound eyes. "Human vessel, surrender immediately. Your primitive craft is no match for hegemony might." Morrison leaned forward. "This is Captain Morrison of the UES Devastator. Counteroffer, get the hell out of my solar system. Your arrogance will be your doom. All ships, attack." Morrison watched the enemy spread out, charging energy weapons for long-range engagement. They expected humanity to cower defensively. "Helm, full speed ahead. Take us right at them." "Sir, that's suicide." "They expect us to be afraid. Instead, we'll show them what cornered humans do. Punch it." The Devastator surged forward at impossible acceleration. The enemy formation wavered as plasma bolts struck her armor. The ship shuddered, but kept coming. "Hellbore locked on target," Park called. "Fire!" The massive railgun discharged. A tungsten rod, invisible but deadly, punched through the command ship's energy shields like paper. The alien flagship simply came apart. "Secondary targets," Morrison ordered coldly. "Let's show them what Earth's first Star Destroyer can do." The hegemony command ship's destruction shattered their fleet's confidence. For 3,000 years, they dominated through technological superiority. Watching their flagship obliterated by a primitive human vessel broke their spirit. "Contacts breaking formation," Park reported. "They're scattering, don't know how to respond." Morrison studied the chaos. 11 ships fleeing in panic, their perfect tactics useless against humanity's unconventional warfare. "Don't let them regroup. All batteries, fire at will." The Devastator's railguns unleashed streams of tungsten death. Hegemony energy shields, designed for particle beams, crumpled before solid matter at relativistic speeds. Ships exploded spectacularly or went dark, hulls pierced by kinetic projectiles. "Multiple transmissions from fleeing vessels," Martinez reported. "They're calling for help, saying they've encountered something impossible." Morrison nodded. "Let them call. The more ships they send, the more we destroy. But first," he turned to the helm, "pursue the retreating vessels. Don't let them escape clean." The Devastator pivoted gracefully, chasing down panicked aliens. Hegemony ships, built for elegance not combat maneuvering, couldn't escape the human predator. "Target engines," Morrison ordered. "I want survivors to tell their story." Railguns spoke again, crippling most vessels, but leaving one damaged cruiser alive. "Sir," Park looked up, "the survivor is broadcasting on all frequencies. They're calling us demons with impossible weapons." Morrison smiled coldly. "Perfect. Fear is a weapon, too. When they don't report back, the hegemony will send a real battle group, hundreds of ships." Roberts approached grimly. "Sir, what's our next move?" "We've bought time and learned their weakness. Now we multiply this success. We need more ships, more weapons, more crew." Morrison gazed at the debris field. "And we need them fast." The emergency UN Security Council session was unprecedented. Admiral Chen presented battle footage, the Devastator charging alien ships, railguns tearing through vessels that seemed invincible. 12 hours ago, humanity fought its first space battle. We won. "But this is only the beginning," Chen announced grimly. Secretary General Santos leaned forward. "What retaliation should we expect?" Chen displayed a stellar map. Nearest hegemony base is 6 light-years away. Conservative estimates, they'll send 200, 300 ships within 3 to 4 weeks. The Brazilian representative stood. "How can one ship stand against hundreds?" Chen smiled coldly. "It can't. That's why we're building 20 ships. Dr. Kim?" Kim stepped forward with construction schematics. The Devastator was proof of concept. Now we mass-produce that advantage. The display showed massive shipyard complexes. 17 asteroids converted to automated facilities. Each produces a Devastator-class ship in 2 weeks. "Impossible," scoffed the Russian representative. "The hegemony builds ships like artwork, perfect, elegant, slow. We build weapons, automated assembly lines, not master crafters. We build 10 ships while they build 1. Admiral Morrison, promoted after the victory, addressed crew requirements. "Each ship needs 800 personnel. We're training 16,000 people in 3 weeks. Military volunteers, space pilots, submarine crews." "Resources?" asked India's representative. Kim smiled. "We're surrounded by materials in the asteroid belt. Iron, tungsten, rare elements, everything we need." Santos called for a vote. "All in favor of Project Ragnarok Phase 2? Unanimous approval." Chen addressed the assembly. "The hegemony ruled for 3 millennia. They've never faced humans, a species that doesn't surrender, retreat, or follow anyone's rules. In 3 weeks, they'll discover what that means. The asteroid belt had transformed into humanity's first naval yard. 17 hollowed asteroids worked around the clock, producing Earth's first Stardestroyer fleet. Where once was empty space, now buzzed with activity that would impress any galactic civilization. Admiral Morrison stood on the Devastator's bridge, watching the UES Retribution emerge from Construction Facility 7, the 17th ship completed, angular hull bristling with railgun batteries. "Fleet status report," Morrison called. Commander Roberts consulted his tablet. 17 ships operational, 3 more ready within 48 hours. Full crews for 15 ships, remaining at 85% readiness. Each ship was a testament to human determination. Not elegant like hegemony vessels, but weapons designed to close and destroy with overwhelming kinetic firepower. "Word from Earth?" Morrison asked. "Hegemony main fleet detected by deep space sensors, 72 hours out. Estimated strength, 347 ships. Morrison whistled low. Even with 20 ships, they'd be outnumbered 17-1. But numbers weren't everything. "Communications, open fleet channel," Morrison ordered. Throughout the asteroid belt, Earth's first space navy looked back at him. Young volunteers who'd trained 3 weeks to become the galaxy's most dangerous naval force. "Captains, officers, crew," Morrison began. "In 72 hours, we face the largest space fleet in galactic history. They outnumber us 17-1. They have faster, more advanced, more elegant ships." He paused, seeing worried expressions. "But they have one crucial disadvantage. They've never fought humans. They think we're primitive, chaotic, weak. They're about to learn that human primitiveness is the galaxy's most dangerous force." Understanding dawned on faces. Every hegemony ship is an engineering masterpiece. Ours are weapons. They fight to maintain superiority. We fight to survive. They follow 3,000 years of doctrine. We make rules as we go. Morrison's voice strengthened. "When they arrive, they'll find 20 human ships that shouldn't exist, crewed by a species that shouldn't be capable of space combat, armed with weapons that shouldn't work." Cheers erupted across the fleet. Morrison smiled grimly. "And when we're done, the galaxy will know humanity doesn't ask permission to exist among the stars." The hegemony fleet dropped from hyperspace like a plague. 347 ships in perfect formation, hulls glowing with energy shields. At their head, the massive Eternal Dominion had never known defeat in 3 millennia. Morrison watched from the Devastator's bridge as 20 human ships lurked in the asteroid belt like predators. Supreme Admiral Vexery's obsidian face appeared on screen, eyes glowing with inner fire. "Human, surrender now and your deaths will be swift." Morrison leaned back. "Counteroffer. Turn around and leave. We'll pretend this never happened." "Your arrogance is astounding. 20 primitive vessels against hegemony might?" Morrison smiled coldly. "You want to see human primitive? Come find out." The screen darkened. Morrison turned to his crew. "All ships, battle stations. Execute Plan Crazy Ivan." The human fleet emerged scattered in all directions, seemingly panicked chaos to hegemony observers. The aliens tightened formation for concentrated firepower, exactly as predicted. "All ships, execute Hammer and Anvil," Morrison commanded. The chaos revealed its true nature, complex 3-dimensional movement bringing 20 ships to the same point simultaneously, the center of enemy formation. Captain Chen's retribution struck first, point-blank railgun barrages tearing through packed alien ships. Energy shields collapsed before tungsten rods at relativistic speeds. Ships that ruled galaxies for centuries simply disintegrated. "All ships, fire at will!" Space erupted. 20 human weapons platforms rampaged through the formation like ancient Vikings boarding ships. The Devastator's hellbore spoke repeatedly, each shot destroying vessels that took decades to build. "The Eternal Dominion is breaking for Earth," Park shouted. Morrison's blood froze. "Intercept course, maximum speed." They caught the damaged flagship as weapon ports opened toward Earth. Morrison watched his homeworld, blue oceans, green continents, in the enemy's path. Fire! The hellbore discharged. Tungsten punched through shields, reactor, hull. The Eternal Dominion exploded brighter than the sun. Morrison slumped as surviving hegemony ships fled in terror. Fleet status? 18 ships operational, enemy in full retreat. Morrison smiled, looking at stars that no longer seemed hostile. Today, humanity took its place among the stars, and we're here to stay.